now, ladies and gentlemen, for your further listening pleasure.
What up? It's your boy B.I. They call me Cliff. That's my government name. And we are back. This is a different perspective. I'm here with your favorite white boy, Archie Rhodes, and Mr. Fuck It. You know who that is.
It worked. It worked.
And I got a smile. The only problem with all of this is Ty didn't want to put his name up, but that's okay.
I didn't want to what?
Put your name.
Oh, you know, I thought that was you that was doing that.
I could do that. That's later. You know what I'm saying?
I've noticed it's been blank for a few shows now.
Hold on, so let's get to the show. It's a new year by the time I guess people see it. Per our guy Archie Rhodes.
I'm just being technical. Just being technical. That's all.
I'm gonna try to follow your lead, brother. I'm just out here in the street. But listen, when do people start making New Year's resolutions? Because I think I made one right during Christmas.
I did too, actually.
I'll let you go first, Ty.
Damn.
Yeah, because I kind of I didn't really have one. I want to make one up as you go.
And everybody else go first stuff. I thought you were gonna stop that, man. What happened?
That's one of the New Year's.
Mine was being was just not. It's almost kind of like what we talked about earlier about, you know, a few shows back about not kind of like not holding back because of others' opinions and stuff like that. Like just doing what you want to do and not doing it because you think that other people's opinions are gonna, you know, bother you or something like that. But yeah, I think just being more kind of just free-willed about everything. Like if I want to do this, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, because one of my I'm not big on quotes or like sayings and stuff like that, but I have a book. It's called A Peaceful Life, but it's just a bunch. It's like 1,000 quotes, and my favorite one is "No man's happiness should depend on the permission of another." That's my favorite ever. And it's not just about like relationships or anything like that. It's just like, and like even just like me baking or Archie painting or you doing the production thing. Like why should our happiness depend on what it is that you guys are saying? Why should it depend? Like why does your opinion of it being good? Why does that matter? If I think it's good, then it should be good, and I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? And I think that's just where I'm gonna go with it. Because I think a lot of people, not just myself, do hold back in one way or another with their lives and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna start doing stuff. And if people don't like it or if people don't mess with it, that's fine, because everybody has their own opinion or everybody feels how they want to feel. But I'm just gonna fucking do it. You know what I mean? Because I know that I want to do it. So if I want to do it, then why does it matter for anybody else? So that's mine. That's mine.
Do you think that you held back a lot because of that?
Held back? I don't know if I held back really. I think I just made different decisions. Like instead of doing this, I did that. You know what I mean? Especially like with baking, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm like, nah, I don't think it's gonna come out that great. You know what I mean? And I'm, instead of just being like, you know what, fuck it, let's just do it. Let me just do it, and you know, but it's stuff like that. But yeah, as far as like holding back, I don't know, but like I think I definitely made decisions. I changed my mind on certain things. But so I guess in a way, yeah, you could say I held back on some things, but not a lot. Like I said, it was more just decision based.
Nah, I think that's solid, bro. I think that's something we should all have and incorporate it. We definitely did talk about it last week, and definitely glad you brought that back up. I think a lot of times our egos play a big role because we want some sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? I'm drawing a blank. Like,
Validation.
thank you, sir. You want some validation from people, kind of just saying, hey, you know what Cliff is working on makes sense. It's fire, or it's this, or it's that, and self-doubt kicks in and everything
Right.
like that. And shit, I let that play in my brain all the time. And I think I might have said it to you guys off air, like for quite a while. And it took my boy Rudely, so I'm gonna give this a quick shout out first. Actually, look at that, we're giving shout outs early in the show. Shout out to my boy Rudely, my former, I'll call him my muse type of guy, where he was when we was trying to do this hip hop R&B thing, just become famous somehow. Everyone had a rapper friend or singer friend, but we like took it to the next level. We was, finally talk with majors and shit like that, but I stopped. But I had this idea. It's like idea that I kind of whispered to him, and I kept it in a box because I was like, yo, I don't want no one really hearing it. But when you get me talking, I just talk and give up information. And it was the Cliff Notes project where I was like, yo, I'm going to have this like place of like people could come in and we're going to do a whole bunch of different shit. And I'm looking, and this was in 2012. I had told him that, and he was like, yo, fam, like everyone's doing this shit that you've been talking about. 2012, I was like, I know. And I doubted myself from that time because, like I tell you guys, I wanted to have a look because I know when I press that on button, people will say, oh shit, and it's going to be undeniable. And then everyone's personalities is really going to pop. Like people are going to start saying, yo, I'm that fuck it guy, like, like Ty, you know what I'm saying? Or I am that painter like Archie. I need to holler at him. I'm going to push you guys to have your own separate shits as well. We got to get that bacon shit.
Right.
But because of me searching for validation of when I said the idea to you, I needed to see like this glow in your eyes and you say, yo, that's amazing. I wasn't getting it. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to just reserve that to me and not really say it. So that resonates a lot with what you just said. And it's just crazy because I'm still trying to fight that little demon that's within me. And I want to give a shout outs to this artist, and it's fucked up because I don't know his name, but I ran into him. R&B dude, just ran into him, just looking at social media when I was taking shit, because that's where I do my social media thing. And this dude is so dope. I mean, like I watched this video, it was just plain. Like when I mean plain, but simplicity is just so dope. Like in the garage settings, he had some lights around him, and then he had this like clear plastic in front of him, and he ripped a hole. And the camera was piercing through the plastic, kind of just talking about love and taking time with love. I'll send y'all the link. I think it's pretty dope. But the new me, well, this me right now, and the old me would have been like, dude, you should have done much better than that, because the wording, like the words to the music was so powerful to me. I was like, yo, there's mad visuals popping out my head. But a lot of things we all do in life, it's all about money, right? It's like budget. If you don't got the budget, I'm sure Tyler wants to create one of those huge cakes like Cake Boss and do all that. But if somebody ain't funding it,
Right.
what do that for? You feel me? I want to just paint a huge mural, but paint costs money, time, and everything. So my thing is always, we're gonna backburn it till it's ready. But this dude just did it, and there's a lot of shit I respect from that. And from that, and for what you just said, that's, I guess, my New Year's resolution too, Ty. I want to add to that. We obviously have more, but that's something I definitely want to do. I think that is, I got to start pushing the button, just say, fuck it.
Right.
I do it more, man. What about you, white boy?
I don't really fuck with New Year's resolutions like that, but but one thing I guess I'll try to, I'm really going to try and bang out some artwork. I need to start getting better at that. I got some canvases. I got some canvases for Christmas. I've looked into a different way to do the canvases I've been doing, so I'm gonna experiment with that. I went out and bought all the stuff for it. I was actually gonna try and bang one out while I was waiting for you this morning, but I didn't have some of the materials that I need, some of the very minor materials that I need. So I got all the major stuff now. I just gotta get the minor stuff. So hopefully Thursday I'll bang out a couple canvases, try this new technique, and see how it works out for me.
Are you going to record it as you're doing it?
I would like to, but I gotta figure out how to set that up. I gotta figure out how to set it up.
Do what you're doing right now. That's all you need.
Yeah. I don't know. I get a little self-conscious on the camera.
And that's our problem. Just talking about this, Jay.
Like when I did that canvas I got over in the corner for my boy, I did go live with it. And I had no idea what the fuck I was doing at all. So it takes a little talking up to get there. But I'll try to make it work.
We'll hype you up. We'll say, do it, you little bitch. Okay, we ain't gonna do it, son.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll try to record it though.
Are you gonna do that technique with the what do you call it?
The pouring? No, not that. It's kind of like the pours that I do, the ones that are all like crazy, but then you incorporate a blow dryer into it as well.
Okay.
And it kind of moves things around a little differently, and it's a little bit different from what I'm used to. So I've seen some people do it. I'm gonna give it a whirl, see how it works out for me, and we'll see what happens.
You know what? I'm willing to. I'll put $50 into this. I don't know how you can find it. I want you to do a canvas, but on the floor, right? And I want you to get some fucked up sneakers, and I want you to do like Chris Brown did in that thing and just dance. I want to see your dance moves. I want you to paint as you're dancing on some and just do this brush. And that'll be the part that's come up like I think it'll be fire. I think you'll get hit.
I have a lot of fucked up sneakers just from painting in general, so
there you go. Or you can borrow Scuba Steve sneakers because I know his sneakers are. With that, let's talk about that because let's get the people to laugh a little bit. And Jay, I'm gonna let you talk about it a little more since that's your man.
So Scuba Steve's been working a lot. He's been working in the COVID environment, so he's a little stressed out, I think, based off of what he's been talking about. So he decided he had a day off. He decided he was gonna go to his happy place, which if those of you that don't know Scuba, his happy place is fucking train tracks and train yards. So he went to the train yard, took some pictures of some trains, and then he was like, all right, I'm going to go to this other train yard. I know the train yard he went to. So how this happened, I have no idea. Because there is no reason that he should have had to jump over a river. But for some reason, in Scuba Steve's travels, he felt the need that he had to jump over a stream or a river or something. And apparently he misjudged the distance or something, and he fell waist deep into the fucking water. and it wasn't a warm day out either. So
what day was that? It was those cold, windy ass days too.
I think it was Sunday.
Damn, Scuba, what a fail!
Yeah, and then the best part is, so like I had texted him about something to do with the podcast. So I was like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Just do this when you get home for me. He's like, I still have a mile to walk. And I'm like, where the fuck did you go? Because if you went where I think you went, there is no mile to walk, bro.
Yo,
you probably went on an adventure.
Give him like a GPS shit. You know, like those little trackers will like give him like a bracelet that has a tracker.
Yeah, we can't do that though. We can't give away spots.
No, I'm saying if he goes missing, don't you want to give that away? Like, let's find Scuba. Shit,
probably
sounds like that's just part of the risk.
For real?
Yeah.
If you go missing, fuck it.
Did you see the picture of the deer?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was. I think it got hit by a train. There was too much meat on those bones for it not to have been hit by a train. And that thing was.
Coyotes are eating right out there.
There would be less. I feel like there would be less meat on the bones if it was coyotes.
But what if the coyote was like, nah, this ain't even a good deer?
Can you imagine?
Other people. I kind of can't imagine the way I've been seeing a lot of coyotes, man.
Yeah.
About you guys, but I've been seeing a lot of coyotes out here.
But yo, going back to, sorry, I kind of jumped around for a little bit. Going back to the whole tracking people and, you know, if you go missing, there's this dude that I follow on Instagram. He's been writing for 25 years. Somebody that I've looked up to for years, still super active. This dude. So a big thing is river tunnels. Like we paint river tunnels a lot, and this dude will go in a huh.
I don't know what that means.
So like a tunnel that goes like under a city in a river.
Oh, like you see like in those California videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this dude will go out into these tunnels at like by himself at like 1 a.m. Now I've been in these tunnels during the day, and it's pretty fucking sketchy. And I would never go by myself. And this dude's doing it at 1 a.m. Like it's just, I'm like, it's bad. It's real. It's like it's scary.
I have a question.
What's up?
He brings a whole setup. Does he bring lights and shit?
Yes, that's what I want to know. Like,
He's like, how's he doing this in the dark?
Headlamps. Headlamps.
Oh, damn, he uses a
I don't know if
headlamp.
you can see the shit.
That's
This is
crazy.
it.
That's still
that's
pretty
so
impressive.
limited.
That
That's
is
like-
limited. It's very limited.
Oh yeah.
Eeh.
You make it work, man. You make it work.
Yes, my goodness.
Yeah, man.
Another question I have. Don't take this anyway. These
Yes,
individuals.
he's white. He's white. Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you
It's a whole lot of WPS.
people that don't know that acronym, please?
White people shit.
All right.
Oh.
Why? What is the fascination of going out in sketchy places? I know because obviously that's what the art calls for. Because you can't just pull permits and do some shit like that. But aren't y'all afraid for your lives?
Well, obviously, like the reason we do the things we do, like the risk is a part of it. You know what I mean? Like for me, I like going to places that I go to because it gives me, I get to see things that not everybody gets to see. It's like the same thing with the fire chasing. I get to see shit that the everyday person doesn't get to see. You know what I mean? And it like creates memories. You know what I mean? Like I said in the little thing I wrote on Instagram for the fire chasing, like I'll drive by somewhere and be like, oh, I remember this fire, or I remember this accident, or I remember this. You know what I mean? So it kind of like gives me little bookmarks. You know what I mean? And same thing with the graffiti. Like, oh, I remember the time I came here and got in a fight because somebody rolled up on me. Or I remember I ran into these people here, or I did this here, or I did that here. So it's like little memories.
Well, I'm hoping for 2021 that you have different type of memories.
I like those memories.
Yeah, but I try. I want it to be known that what's today's date? What day?
Today's the 29th.
On the 29th, that Clifford Bonet, aka your boy B.I.B., his friend Jay, that he stopped the fuckery. You too, Scuba. Let me
Listen, I stopped the fuckery years ago, but I'm still gonna do what I do.
And you didn't stop.
No, fuckery is the shit, the street shit and all that shit, the highways, the train tracks. I don't do that shit no more.
That shit is amazing, though. I'm not gonna lie. You'll see billboards and people just tagging up billboards.
Yeah, I was afraid of heights. I never got up on a billboard.
That's insane. That's insane.
It's not the
All
way
right,
I want to go if something goes wrong.
Let's go back a little backwards if we can, guys. So you guys do know Christmas passed. How was everyone's Christmas? I didn't even ask you that.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Would have been better if I saw you guys. No, it was good though. I saw the people that I wanted to see, had some delicious fucking food. And
Yeah.
You went to the Mom Points?
yeah.
I tasted their food before that. I was there before.
Excuse me, Mr.
Hey, you know.
Exclusive.
Did you get the salmon?
Nah, I don't eat salmon anyway.
Oh, okay. It was good. Nikki's mom made it. It was cool.
I had oxtail. Actually, I did see the salmon. I ate oxtail and mac and cheese and rice and candied yams.
Oh, shoot.
The usual
It was
suspects?
amazing.
Usual suspects?
Small, like I said, it was gonna be me, Casey, Lauren, some of Nikki's family.
The
That's
usual.
about it. Yeah.
They tried to make it bigger, but seems like it didn't happen.
The DM didn't get out. I think Jeff cut that shit. That's listen. Shit gets popping over there. I got nothing to do with that, boy. you do. Shit, I know how you do. So what about you, Ty? Anything special?
I was all over the place. And I went to Boston, went to Brockton, went to Taunton.
Damn.
Went back to Brockton. I was busy. I didn't even really get to eat like that. Like I had a little bit of food, I had some chicken and some rice, and I had this dessert, some Spanish dessert. I forget what it's called.
Flan, tres leches.
No. It's not. It's real. It's real like cultural. Like it's not gonna be something that like a black person would make or something, or that a white person.
It was a dessert or a food?
It's a dessert. It's something very, very cultural. Like, you know, flan, like I'll make that, or you know what I mean? Like it's not, you know how there's like Haitian stuff that like everybody would make, like something very common, but this was like very specific. I can't remember what the hell it's called. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I didn't even eat at my mother's in Brockton. I didn't eat anywhere besides there, just because like I was just all over the place. I was here, there, like I was everywhere.
What time did that day start for you then?
It started kind of late. I didn't really sleep too well. I didn't sleep too well Christmas Eve. So it started like usually Christmas. I'll try to like get the presents out the way by like 8. Mm-hmm. But this year it wasn't until like 11. So the day was super late. But I got up to Boston by 1:30, and then like that's kind of like when my day kind of started. I was over there for a little while, for a few hours, and then after that I was kind of just all over the place. I had I had presents to bring to people that I didn't even bring because I'm like, this is just too much travel. This is too much.
I mean, you were in a caddy too. That shit guzzles gas, don't it?
I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it guzzles up enough, but I try not to even drive it like that. So, trying to keep the miles down. You know what I mean? Keep my Catalina good. Treat her right.
Shit.
But
fam.
Huh?
I showed my girl that shit because that night, Christmas Eve, we was rapping and like I was like, "Yo, I gotta keep it down with the kids and shit." Fuck it, you're getting this. Tape.
Oh shit!
I was like, "Look at this motherfucker's gifts right here." She was like, "Oh." She was also impressed, bro. Reese's for real. And then how you get the time in.
Yeah, that's your side hustle next year, bro.
Wrapping gifts, right?
Yeah.
I should.
My God.
I thought about paying Johnny to do mine.
Huh?
I thought about paying Johnny to do mine because all my gifts went to his house. So I was like, I was about to throw him some money just to wrap my shits.
Hell yeah. I did that shit at work. I was good. And I was like, get the nice crease, you know what I mean? Make sure it's all evenly creased and stuff.
So that tells me you're just one of those people that don't care about the waste of paper because you got to get it right.
I don't care about all that.
I try to maximize that shit, fam.
No, I don't care. Like, because I look at it like the paper's getting wasted anyways. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. But what I am going to do, though.
Paper either, though. It looked like good paper.
It was good paper. It was very good. That's the best wrapping paper I've ever used. That shit had like a little plastic film on the top, so like it was really like I could pull it to make sure that the gift was wrapped tight. You know what I mean? It was nice.
Got designer fucking wrapping paper.
Man,
I had the fucking Louis Vuitton of wrapping paper.
That was a gift within the gift, bro.
That was a gift within the gift because you could literally like unwrap it. You didn't even have to rip it. It wouldn't rip. Like you could just unwrap it. It would rip if you tear it at the right angle, you know what I mean? But if you didn't, that joint's just stretching. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like, golly.
You know what? Good for you. Because I'm not doing that. Yo, I got one gift that I did for Jen. The paper got to here. I was like, fuck. Yeah, right? You know what I did?
Took a fucking strip.
Yeah, you know.
That's what I would have did. Fuck all that.
If you know, you know.
Nope. I'm just gonna bring a whole nother roll. And then
I wouldn't have did just a strip. I would have probably did enough to cover the top of it, and then just put the top layer on top. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what I meant. The strip went in the middle where it was missing the throwaway, and then I put the two on top.
Oh, all right.
And then the bow went on the other side, so the presentation.
So it looked nicer.
Right. Just don't look in the back.
That's not bad. I respect it.
I appreciate that, man. Coming from you, that means a lot, because I know you probably just went over there and threw up. For people that are not on YouTube, Tyler left the screen real quick after I said that shit. He probably went to vomit like, this motherfucker is not.
Listen, man. One thing I do know though is next year when I do that, I'm going to do that a lot sooner, because in a way, it was almost kind of like a waste, because I did that shit Christmas Eve because I really wanted the Santa effect. Like, I really wanted it, like a big Santa effect. You know, Santa comes Christmas Eve, eats the cookies and shit, and all that, and leaves all the presents. Yeah. So, like, I had like 20 presents just in my car, just sitting in my car the whole time for weeks, and I did them all at work. I mean, there was some that, you know, I dropped under the thing, but I did them all at.
Here's a little cheat code. This is what my parents used to do when I was younger. The Santa gifts just got left out. They didn't get wrapped. The gifts from mom and dad, they all got wrapped. They were under the tree. But the Santa gifts that came Christmas Eve, they just got put out.
That's fair. But see, I like to rap, so I think, you know what it is? I think it just gives me something to do. Because life has been, I mean, damn. Everybody that I hang out with, you know, my kids, everybody that I spend time with, don't take this the wrong way, but my life has been fucking boring. It's been so boring.
I have an idea. You ready? You ready for it? You can do some shit for the podcast.
That's boring. See? Listen, right? This is the thing. This is why I said don't take it personal. So the podcast stuff is cool, but social media to me is fucking. I hate social media. So like I'll check it here and there, or me trying to learn something on. I'm just like, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this shit. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like Jay is like that's your thing. Like you're really good with social media. I'm not good with it.
Yo, if we ever get paid off this, we're splitting our fucking salary 60-40. Motherfucker.
He said, listen, man, those are the changing.
I'm just being honest.
You ain't getting the same amount of money if you ain't doing the same amount of work, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
But listen, okay, so if isn't it you're supposed to do what you love?
Yo, you're mad like muted. I think because of Tyler's background noise.
That's all right.
Oh, that's Baby Brick.
Baby Brick. What's up, Baby Brick? Wait, listen, Baby Brick. We need you to come and play. I'm gonna come in the screen. You gotta say hello. You gotta say hello. We gonna give him that big applaud, Baby Brick applaud. You have to enjoy the fact of like wanting to go online and participate with people. I'd rather just do
Baby
this.
Brick.
No Baby Brick. His agent said no already. I thought we were his agent. You get him to sign the paperwork. Hold on. Ty, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was muted still or not.
No. I didn't mute you. It's Baby Brick time. You can do whatever you want. Don't give a damn.
Baby Brick is on fire right now.
Baby Brick could have helped the Patriots last night.
Huh?
Baby Brick could have helped the Patriots last night, sir. Last night's Patriots game was trash. They needed help from real people.
I don't care. I don't care.
Tyler cared about the NFL for about 3 weeks, and then he said you cared about the NFL for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was. I can't put into like honestly. So I was talking to my buddy John, and like I'm big on college football. That's my thing. I still watch the NFL because I like football, but I don't I don't care for the NFL. Like I'll watch the game and shit, whatever. But as far as like caring who sucks or not, I don't give a shit. But like the Patriots are ass. I've never been big on Cam Newton. He should just go. Well, he's gonna be gone anyways. I've been like me and one of my buddies were talking Sunday about trading. Like I asked him, like, what do you think the Patriots should do? Do you think they should draft somebody?
Mm-hmm.
I think they should get like a solid veteran, right? So he was like, yo, we should get somebody solid, like a solid veteran. Because me watching college football, I don't see anybody. Because what the Patriots will get, what, a mid first round. Do they even have any first round picks this year?
I think they should, because their record sucks and it's 32. They have to have at least one, because everyone gets a first round pick, right?
Yeah, but they could have traded it.
I don't know that they're high. You know, Belichick.
It's gonna be a mid first round pick, right? So, yeah. At least from what I see, I'm not like a talent scout or anything like that, but I don't see anybody really coming up.
Really?
Being something great or whatever. So what I said was, I was like, if they're gonna make a trade, this is what I said last year too. And and you know, everybody called me crazy or whatever, but I said the most underrated quarterback in the league since he's been in the league has been Matthew Stafford. So Matthew Stafford has been on that shit ass team for years. Him and Calvin Johnson put up crazy numbers, as they should, but they have had a terrible team. They have had, I mean, I wouldn't say Matt Patricia was a terrible coach, but the coach in there wasn't great. You know what I mean? They had one really good season. They was like 12-4 that season. I forget when it was. Probably like 2008 or some shit. I don't even know. But Stafford's only 32 years old, 31, 32 years old. I think he's the same age as me. So he's 32 years old. Make the trade. He'll give you a solid 4 years. If he's under a really good fucking system and shit like that, he'll give you solid years. The Patriots system, what's his name? I can't even think. The motherfucker that's scared to leave Belichick. What's his name? McDaniel, yeah. The one that's scared to leave Belichick. I mean, he's smart. He knows what he's doing. You got N'Keal Harry. You got a couple guys that are like long ball receivers, and Stafford could toss the fucking ball. You know what I mean? He could still
slow. He's like running in the beach.
Had fucking Brady. He's faster than Brady. He's a lot faster than Brady.
I know. I'm talking about. I'm saying as a receiver. Harry, slow. Don't you have to break the defense? You got 3 seconds to throw the ball, B.
He's a big kid though. He's a big kid. He's not gonna those little routes and it's not gonna work. He's a big kid. You can look at. I would say use him like Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall wasn't crazy fast. He was just a big fucking kid. You know what I mean? He'll get down there a little bit and then, you know, toss the ball up. He could jump, whatever. He's pretty athletic. Do the same thing. But the Patriots don't have any quarterback there. There's really no quarterback to draft. Haskins isn't all that great. He just got released. I feel bad for him. He was in a shit situation. Yeah. And he made a shit decision.
It's because he went to the titty bar.
That was stupid. And then, like I said, like besides that, I don't really see any other real option out there, unless you want to go with Stidham. You know, but you know, we already see where that's going.
Yeah. And
I think you could get Stafford for a decent, like you could restructure his contract because I think he's getting paid crazy money. Yeah. But you know, I'm a big Stafford fan. It's not just because he's a Georgia kid, but I think that he has legit talent.
We shall see, sir. Yeah, we shall see because we ain't going to the playoffs.
No, it's going to be a little while, and you know, as much as I like Bill Belichick, he fucked that team up.
Yes, he did.
He fucked that team up, and it's tough. Like I think he's just they're so used to winning with so little. Yep. That when you bring in like somebody like I don't even understand where the Cam Newton decision came from because Cam Newton has never been. I don't know. I'm not a big Cam Newton fan. I don't understand where that move came from. I figured it'd be somebody, a pocket quarterback or something like that, or even use Stidham, just to try to get through the year. And I thought they were gonna do it when they ripped off those wins. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers actually might get to like 9 or maybe even 10 wins. But then reality set back in, and it was like, oh yeah, you guys really are who we think you are.
Well, since they suck, let's talk about hockey. How are the Bruins gonna do?
They continue to do absolutely fucking nothing while everybody else does. Like, teams are pulling off like borderline, like, so I think they're chess moves. People are pulling chess moves, but like hockey, I feel like is still kind of like a gentleman's sport in regards to like free agency and like waivers and stuff. So you don't see a lot of like, oh, that was kind of fucked up. But there's been a couple shicey moves this year that other people are doing that's going to help them improve their team while we just sit there picking our nose. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Bruins.
Go Bruins.
Right now, the World Juniors tournament going on, which I know a lot of people, especially non-hockey fans, could give a fuck less about, but it's kids ages 16 to 20. It's like it's a development league essentially for the NHL. A lot of dudes that get drafted come from the juniors. It's a world tournament, so it's USA, Canada, all the countries. USA fucking smacked Austria. It was like 11-0. It was pretty bad, but it's just something. I need some sort of hockey in my life, and we don't get the NHL back for another 2 weeks, so
it's not bad.
That's what it is.
That's not bad. At least it's something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's been some nasty hits. Like, they don't fight, but there's been some, like, one kid on USA they were up 11-0. Somebody fucking took him out. It's fucked up.
As they should.
But, I mean, that's what happens when you beat teams 11-0. I mean,
well, are they bringing back that whole bubble situation?
No. So what the NHL separated into yo, your camera is fucked up right now.
Yeah, it's tracking crazy.
Yeah, your shit's real fucked up.
It looks great on my. Don't worry about
it. It don't look great on ours. Nah, no bubbles, but they're going by region. So it's northeast, central, west, and north. North is all the Canada teams because Canada won't let Americans go in there. So all Canadian? Of Canada, yeah, Canadian is one division, northeast, Canada. And then yeah. So we play. So the good thing about hockey this year, for those casual fans that like the fights, every team is playing each other in their division like 8 times. Familiarity breeds contempt. So there's a good chance of a lot more fights this year.
Yeah.
So that's it. So that's a good thing.
I mean, most of the casual hockey fans watch it for the fight. So yes.
Okay, but for the serious hockey fans like yourselves, how do you feel about it?
I still like that old school physical brand of hockey, so I like it. So the AHL, which is where Providence plays, which I have season tickets to, that's kind of how they operate. It's mostly like regional.
Okay.
So it's kind of what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing the same team fucking 12 times a year. So it's going to get kind of redundant because especially the way they set it up is they're doing like the Bruins start in New Jersey. They're playing 2 games in New Jersey to start. Then they go somewhere else. They play 2 games wherever. So they're playing like each team back to back. Yeah. So to limit the amount of travel. Yeah. So should be interesting.
A lot of people are going to get sick this year. Or do you think people figured it out? Do you think COVID's going to hit a lot of teams?
I think they figured. I mean, they're not doing a bubble, right? Basketball is doing full travel.
Full travel.
How many games are they doing?
All of them.
They're doing 82.
Think so. Yeah. I didn't hear a shortened season.
He basically came out. He said, "We lost a shitload of money. We need to do it."
Yeah. I think they're doing all of them. That's why they started up so quick again. Because they usually they only lost like 2 weeks in their season or something like that.
No, right? They lost like a month.
Oh, a month? Yeah.
Because I think basketball starts the last week of October and they started the first week of December, so they lost about a month.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like all of these people, if I was an athlete, COVID just really showed you what your worth is. And that's to me is like It's like on some slave shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
You just go out there and do what we tell you to do. Because the precautions that we give regular people being you and I's 14 days quarantine, these guys don't do 14 days.
Nope, they do. They don't even. They might do one.
Ma'am, they're like
as long as you pass 3 tests in a row, you're good.
What was the dude from oh my god, the Ravens that used to be a cowboy, Des Bryant?
Yeah.
How he get tested for COVID, used positive, was on the field practice doing all this shit, and they still allowed the rest of the team to go fucking play. Typically, if it's one of us, they're like, wait a minute, have you come in contact with anyone in your family? Have you traveled? Oh, you have? All right, we're gonna have you quarantine 14 days, and then we'll get back to you.
Right.
That shit's scary.
Yeah.
So I know.
Bad.
I know with the NHL they were talking about like trades, like how. So I believe if somebody does, so say somebody got traded to the Bruins, they have to follow Massachusetts quarantine regulations.
Makes sense.
So you might make a trade and not get that player until 2 weeks later.
So Canada's not trading with anyone, basically.
No, it's the same thing. They just have to follow the protocols.
It makes sense though. Like there's a lot of countries now that are prohibiting travel, during these times. To me, it makes sense to slow shit down since the numbers just keep going up instead of going down. I don't know, man. I have a confession to make. This shit's starting to fuck with me mentally.
What is
COVID? I'm like, when's the end really coming? Because these vaccines, a lot of people are coming back with problems, man.
I ain't touching that shit.
As much. Huh?
So I ain't touching that shit.
Neither am I. Neither are we. So I just don't get the logic on it. But then you have, I think, the president, your boy. I'm gonna call him your boy, Ty. Sorry.
My boy.
He's putting out there. He wants to give everybody 2 stacks. But I keep saying it like, okay. And this was actually a meme on Instagram. It's like, all right, you take that 600, you throw it at rent. It's still coming at you, son. Rent ain't 600. Even if you throw 2 stacks, it's positive, but it still keep coming at you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a fix. It's not a fix.
I'll take it though.
Hell yeah.
Yo, I'm like on the fence of investing into Bitcoin. Like I really want to invest in the Bitcoin, but I know it's a terrible idea.
No,
why? Because
Bitcoin already crashed.
What do you mean it crashed?
Bitcoin, do you remember when Bitcoin came out?
No.
Bitcoin was unreal. It was crazy. Now
Bitcoin, that's like
it's
old.
It's
nothing.
nothing.
It ain't what it is. It ain't what it is.
It's not what it. Yeah, it's not what it. It's not. What
it's not. But guess what? In the last week, it gained $3,000. It went up $3,000. Last week $3,000. Last month $9,000. Last 3 months $15,000. That's quick money.
Yeah, and have you reached? You gotta watch it.
This is why I haven't done it, because I know if I
put that shit,
it's like a ledger. Like a ledger that they keep and say, yeah, this is what you have. Like, I don't know. I'm waiting for people to say, yeah, I cashed out this much.
Yeah, well, nobody's cashed out Bitcoin. That's the thing. Nobody's cashed it out because you can't cash it out. There's no way to cash it out. So it's like you're just putting your money into something, and it's like you're never gonna get that back. It's supposed to be like this futuristic universal currency that's not. I mean, I'm not a what is it?
Expert?
Yeah, financial expert.
I'm not Miss Cleo.
Cleo.
People's fortune teller. You know what I mean? I can't see the future and shit, but that shit popped off how many years ago, and it was supposed to be whatever. Then it tanked, and now you're saying that it's up this and that. All this other shit.
$27,000 for 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Listen, I see it in your eyes.
If I can't get my money, if I can't get anything out of it, I'm all set.
Yeah, typically when you can get instantly rich probably illegal.
Well, that's the thing too. There's no
I don't give a fuck.
there's no regulation behind it. So like, say you lose your money. Oh
Oh, well.
well.
That's why. So that's why I haven't done it yet. Because I'm like,
Bitcoin. So
I don't have much more than the amount of one Bitcoin, and if that shit just goes away one day, now I got shit. So that's why I haven't done it yet. But I'm like, oh, it's so fucking tempting.
Yeah, I mean it is all those things are, but it's like I said, it's a risk. Anything else is whatever. You know.
I think the safest thing you can do with everything, it's not the sexiest thing, is investing in yourself, and that's when you purchase a home.
You know, I just said that, didn't I? I
Like,
think
you did.
I
You know?
said, yeah, it's something about like just investing in, because I said that. Oh no, it's a group chat. I said I'm selling all my mutual funds because I have like 2 individual stocks, but like I'm more of a mutual fund guy. Like I like grouping things and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I said I'm selling all of them this year. Just because like I've always kind of been into like the whole stocks and everything. But really kind of like doing more and more research into it and finding out how it's manipulated and shit like that. It just was like, yeah. And then like with the whole government crashing and shit like that, I'm like, I watched people lose fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, lose their retirements, lose all that shit because they invested into these businesses and all that, and they got bailed out but never gave people the money. So I'm like, I know that's a very, very, very strong possibility again. So I'm like, yeah.
So, corner.
Huh?
It's the bubbles waiting to pop.
Yeah, well, I said this. I think I said this to Jay a few months ago. Like once Trump's out of there, like shit's really gonna fucking like Trump. That's what he's good at. He's good at the manipulation of things and getting in with the businesses and all that shit. Like those were his friends. Those are his friends. So like now that he's about to leave, shit's gonna drop, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't. I don't really believe in it like that, like I used to. And like I said, actually doing more research into how shit works and all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, not gonna happen for me. So, like you said, like investing into houses and things like that. Like there's some things that are actual investments. Something that you could lose money on, or something that depreciates in value, isn't really an investment. It's a risk. And stocks and things are more of a risk than an investment. You can only lose money on a house you really can't lose money in a house outside of putting money into it and shit like that. But outside of that, you just can't. I mean, I don't have money to buy 5 or 6 houses, but shit, if I did, man, because I know somebody right now.
That's what I'm trying to do.
They had their house for. Actually, it's one of our coworkers. He had his house for not even a year yet, and he could already sell it for like 60 grand more than what he got it for, and he just got it in January. So I'm like that's a quick 60 grand in a year. You know what I mean? But it's just
be careful of the trap. This is why I tell everyone, right? Because I have some friends going through it right now.
Right.
Like, yo, what we owe and where it's at, they can get close to 200.
Yeah.
That's cool. You do that.
But you got to pay the taxes on it.
Fuck the taxes. Where are you going after that?
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. That's true.
You get back into the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I tell people, and I'm back in the game into it now, is I really believe, depending on individual situations, is the whole multi. Simply because when you get a multifamily, you could take advantage of purchasing, say, a 3-family house. And just for the math, I don't want math to be our thing here, but let's say you find a 3-family house at 100,000. You only need to put 3.5%.
Right.
If you do first-time home owners. But then people will be like, dog, well, what am I going to do when I want to buy my single-family house as my first home? What happens is, because it's a different form of dwelling, it's considered an upgrade. So you can go from 3-family to a
Mhm.
single family. So you can apply for that same loan again and get that single family at 3.5 as you did with the
With the multifamily.
the multifamily. And what's pretty dope is with the multifamily, your debt to income ratio will change.
Yeah, because you got the passive income.
75%, correct? And they take 75% of what you receive from that 3-family and add it to your income.
To
So
your
now
yep.
the rate will be much better for your single family. So you
Mhm.
can manipulate the system in all these type of ways. It's just a matter of, again, the ego thing. People are like, man, I don't want to get into a fucking 3-family. I don't want to deal with people. I'd rather get my house
That was
first.
me. That was me.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That
I
was
get it.
definitely me.
I went through that. I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? But like on some business perspective and more so on, it's really just on where you at in life. If you're just like, yo, I'm single or I'm with my girl, we can just get up and move whenever. I don't care about that because the money's coming. Shit. 3-family that bad boy out. You can do it in 6 months if you want to.
Mhm.
Get the hell out, get you single. Now you got 2 homes, but you got passive income just chilling.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's risk. The risk is COVID's still around.
Yeah,
People can't pay rent.
COVID's bad.
You know what I'm saying? COVID is bad news.
It's very bad.
That really kind of messed up the market. But something like that is at least you know it's solid. Like just in my personal place, I almost got 200 plus that's available to me, but I'm not touching it yet because I don't necessarily have anything to go and take that money out for.
Right.
And I tell other people too, you take the money out, but you still got to pay for it.
You still got to pay. Right. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
It's tough, man. Life is COVID has made life really complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Very complicated. Things that used to be easy just ain't as easy anymore. Like finding a place, like being a homeowner, or not really a homeowner, but being like somebody that owns a like a multifamily. The shit that those people are going through, because like you have the people that need to pay the rent, but some people aren't working that can't pay the rent, or just being lazy and not working and not paying the rent because they're protected by the whole emergency relief bullshit that they got going on. So then they're not paying their rent. But then in turn, it all falls on the homeowner or the apartment owner because they still need to pay the mortgage. And those motherfuckers ain't giving you no relief. They ain't.
But let me ask you, don't you think that's where the government should really come in instead of saying here's 600 or here's 2,000? Shouldn't they say, hey, fucking banks, we understand what the fuck is going on. So do you, because you're living in this little world. We're gonna freeze this little account. It doesn't mean that say Cliff doesn't pay you mortgages for 6 months. That was 6 months goes away. It just, let's say I had a year left. Guess what? Instead of a year left in my mortgage to pay my mortgage, now I have a year and 6 months when I get back on my feet or when shit gets back. You see
I mean,
what
they should. I think the banks owe it to the government, considering what the government did for them when they fucked up the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? When they fucking ruined everybody's lives.
Yeah.
I mean, they owe it to them, but that shit ain't gonna happen. There's too much power from the banks, even though the government is the government. But you know that would be a war. That'd be a big issue. You telling us that we can't collect our money? You're gonna tell us what we can and cannot do? Because the government's not supposed to have any say within like the price. You know what I mean?
But it's because they're in cahoots with these.
Yeah, they are. They are. But
it's just insane. Like I just really don't understand it, man.
It's bad, but we're making moves, man. We're trying to get vaccines out, and you know, regardless of what's going on with that, I mean, people are trying to fight this thing.
How y'all feel about the way they're looking to distribute the vaccine? Because you know, there's like a hierarchy. Certain individuals are going to receive it at certain points. I don't have the breakdown with me.
Yeah.
Regular people are not going to be getting it like fairly soon. Like I'm gonna start with Archie. What's your thoughts on that? Because I know you don't care about politics and shit or life or things that matter.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I haven't. I've heard a little bit. I've heard a little bit about it. I haven't paid too much attention to like how they're breaking it down. But I know, like, I saw an argument the other day that like prisoners in Rhode Island got the vaccine before like nursing homes. Like it was only like a day before, but either way, like people are like, well, why the fuck should the prisoners get it? Da da da. So, it should go. They should like rank the most likely to come into contact with the thing, or the most vulnerable. You know what I mean? And I don't know if they actually do that. You know what I mean? That's how it should be done. Like, I don't need the vaccine, but I could have got the vaccine last week if I fucking wanted to.
Mhm.
I don't need it though, but I don't know. Nothing's like really planned out with any of this shit, and we see it all the time with our job. Everything is on the fly, and I think instead of doing that at this point, we're almost a year into it. We're what, 8 months in, 9 months in. Like, I think there needs to be people that really like sit down and kind of evaluate things and really break it down into what needs to be done, because I don't know. I feel like at this point we shouldn't just be going day by day.
June 20th, that's to happens if Trump decides to leave, because he can actually decide not to leave and try to pull a fast one. I don't have the video prepared, but there is a way of him not conceding, because I don't think he officially conceded.
No, he hasn't. Not that I heard of. I mean, I heard like rumblings and stuff, but as far as that vaccine thing, like Jay said, like we could have got that thing a week ago. Like the moment that shit came out, I want to say it was like a few days later. Like we got a memo, like, oh, it'll be available to us by, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, well look at that. You know what I mean? Like before, a lot of people, I don't know if it's just because of working for the government or whatever, but it's like the availability to us was almost immediate. As far as them pushing it and whatnot, I don't know if there is a really right way to do it, because then it's like, if it's anything like a flu vaccine, are the most vulnerable the ones you want to give it to first? Then at the same time, like, I mean, it's kind of fucked up to say, but like, do you want to give it to the prisoners first? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, because it depends on how you want to look at it. Like, do you want to look at the prisoners as like test subjects in a way, almost?
Yes.
I mean?
Actually, yeah. I have a question. So they say the flu vaccine, they inject the flu virus into your body, so that way your body can build up the immunities or whatever.
Right.
With this, they do not inject it into your body. This is something completely different. So why?
It's not a shot?
Why can this be? No, it's a shot, but it's not. It's not. They're not injecting you with coronavirus. They're injecting you with something else to build up.
Right. Well, that's why I was like, I don't know if that's like a flu shot.
But why can this be done that way, but the flu shot can't? Like, why do they have to inject you with the actual flu for the flu shot?
I don't know, and that's what's scary. That's what,
Yeah.
Like,
but I think
if you can do that with this, why can't you do it with that?
I do know that, like, one of the issues with the whole antibodies with the coronavirus is that when the antibodies are made, there's too many. Like, so there's too much proteins or something like that build up, and that's why there's a lot of long-lasting effects after you get sick. So, like, you know how people like still like brittle and shit, or still like in pain or whatever. That's probably why they don't do the strand injection. I don't know. This is just a guess. This is just us kind of, thinking out loud about how things might work. But I mean, I think that might be it, because I do know something like that. Like there's too many antibodies. There's too many of them. There's too much proteins and whatever, some shit. Like, I don't know. Fuck it. Leave it to a doctor.
well, have you guys heard about the COVID brain? It's like a COVID fog. Basically what they're saying is there's people that've had COVID, say in April, and right now they're still experiencing like this fogginess. They're saying like they're feeling confused. Things are still a little slow for them. They're trying to like figure out the words to say, and they attribute that to COVID. And this is fortunately for us, or fortunately for science, because they didn't believe in that. People were saying, like, complaining about that. They're like, no, it took like an attorney who's super smart. It took a neurologist who understood what was going on to say, no, what they're saying actually makes sense, because I'm experiencing it now, right? So it goes back to what I had said. I said this a while ago. I might have said it on a different podcast. As soon as the United States government said, "Hey, listen, if you have COVID or if you had COVID, you can no longer sign up to be part of the military," that really scared me because I said, "Wait a minute. I know these motherfuckers will take almost anybody."
Yeah, they know something.
So all of a sudden, because they have this, they're saying, no thanks, but no thanks. Wait a minute. I asked my dad, and he said, what happens with COVID is that there's an inflammation of all body parts and organs inside your body. So there's scarring that takes place to your heart, scarring that happens to your lungs. And I said, is that it? He said, I don't know. We're still learning about it. So I said, So if he knew that, I'm assuming other doctors know that. And I'm also assuming that the United States government knew that. But I'm also assuming that they know more, especially since they're like, you know what, Jay, I thank you for serving or looking to serve, but we're not going to need you at this time. That's a little crazy. That's a little scary to me. I don't know.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
But hey, this is America. What's that guy that sings? This is America. America.
Oh, Childish Gambino.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a game show right there. Name that tune. That's coming back. old man's game, but that was my shit. Give me a little melody. I'll figure it out.
Those games.
Yeah, man.
No more versus battles for me either.
You're done. You're retiring?
Yeah, I'm officially done.
Nice.
I think we just oversaturated the market. I think we watered them down a little bit.
I think you guys need to fix that now.
No, what fucked it up was that
what?
stupid ass voting. That's what fucked it up.
Hey, relax.
It is though. It is. That's a fact.
Just create. I fucking couldn't deal with the fucking nonsense and the arguing and the fucking. It was just so annoying.
I never seen any arguing though. I just I liked it. Like you know what I like is like when you hear it out loud, you get to see what people's knowledge of music is. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just like with the Twins. Like if that was just written on a paper, we would have never knew. Like, damn, like you don't know that song or anything like that, and it makes you realize like that's why I like certain judges. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay, he knows this, he knows that, he knows this. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to like just people writing it down on a paper and not knowing, and this, it's like, nah, that kind of takes the fun out of it for me.
That was my point.
It takes the fun out of it for me.
If you don't have like real hardcore fans, and I'm going to put myself in this pool too. If you don't have real hardcore fans that just know every single song on both sides, good or bad, how can you honestly vote?
Well, you need one or the other. You need either the hardcore fans that know it all, or people that know nothing. Yeah, then, you can't have half and half.
Yeah, because the ones that don't know anything, at least it's just based on what it is that they like. If they like that song or they like this song, then it's just a 50-50. But
the problem with the voice voting was you would see the people that don't know the music would literally wait and then see what other people were gonna do.
Yeah.
And it would influence the vote.
And that's whack.
Yeah, I know. But there's no foolproof system to doing it.
No, I don't think there's no utopia in this type of gaming or anything anyway, right?
No, but that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? I think things that are imperfect are great. So it's like I said, like even with those battles, like I only had one battle where I would only have two. I wouldn't have two of the worst judges judge the same time. It would only be one of them. You know what I mean? That's how I've had it. And I mean, I one of them, she was fucking ass. Like she picked against, I forget what she picked against Cupid. 112 Cupid. I played 112 Cupid, and the dude played some bunk ass Jagged Edge song because he's like, yo, there's no way I'm beating that. And she picked the fucking Jagged Edge song. I was like, what? And I know why she only picked it because of who played it. So I'm like, damn, that's some fucking wild ass shit. But that's okay. You know what I mean? It's cool. This is all fun. I won anyways. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool.
Well, people accusing people of being like, oh, you're voting for me because I beat you. Like, that shit was annoying. Like, I was like, come on.
Feelings.
It's funny.
It's
like,
not that
like,
deep.
I just Because to me, it was, I didn't do it in the beginning, and then I stopped, and then I started again because they're like, oh, it's just about the fun. So I'm like, fuck it. You know what? That's true. It's just about having fun and shit. So then I started baiting people and talking shit just to keep it, because I could tell it was dying. I'm like, Doc, come on, let me throw some fire here, let me throw some oil on that shit. You know
the problem was nobody wanted to do real research. Like everybody was picking these super well-known artists that everybody, you know what I mean? Like you didn't really have to do a ton of research.
Yeah, but there was
whereas like I feel like that's like like the battles I was trying to do, like the Sean Price one. Like nobody knows this. It was a terrible battle, but it forced like Wade didn't really do his research, but it forced me to go look up songs that actually I thought would actually have a chance. And, you know, it didn't work out. But at the end of the day, nobody else wanted to do that. Oh, let's use the top 40 artists and fucking put them up against each other. It's just,
because I think it's just more, you got to do it because everybody doesn't know everybody. You know what I'm saying? And, like, there was some that we did that, like, the more popular people, like, I didn't really, when I think about I didn't use anybody, like, the only real recent person I used was,
YG.
Well, yeah, that's because I kind of just got thrown into that shit. But fucking Justin Bieber. Like I used 112, we used Biggie, we used fucking Mobb Deep. Like it was all like I tried to stay in that era. As far as all that newer shit, fuck all that. Like that's why I didn't want to.
But even then, like I feel like we should have went deeper into that era because like Mobb Deep, probably one of the best hip hop groups of all time.
Yeah, but
Biggie,
we
probably the best rapper of all time. Like, you know, 112, probably one of the better R&B groups of all time. You know what I mean? It was too mainstream.
That's what it was, though. Nobody, like, you got to remember in the 90s, too, there was a lot of one hits. There was a lot of those people. There was a lot. So, like...
But like, here's the thing. If there's so many, you put a couple one-hit wonders against each other and you see who was the actual better artist.
Yeah, but you still want to have fun, though. Like, we're not... everybody's not going to sit there... Like the... Like, just like with the 112 and thing, but, like, all that music that was played, it was like everybody was kind of just reminiscing on that time. Like, say you put fucking Groove Theory against fucking, I don't know, Bilal or some shit like that. And they're like, you hear one song, it's like, oh, I remember that song. And then you just listening to a bunch of shit you've never heard of. And it's like, okay.
You're not really participating in at that point in time.
Huh?
I said at that point, if you're probably someone that's really just not, you're just kind of going through the motions. You're not really participating.
Right.
That's why I think I like the idea of the battles. I think the battles are dope, but I think in order for the battles to be fair, consistent, and keep it going, there has to be like a level playing field of knowledge of the music. And I think there's no way that you'll really have that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Unless it was like put on live and then a shitload of people watching and they're able to punch in and then you get some really dope polls, something like that. But like, if you got a generation of kids or people that are top 40 kids or boom bap kids or underground kids, that's just going, that spectrum's just all over the place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I lose my mind. I think I told you that, like when I had this kid, actually my son's friend, he says to me, oh, Lil Wayne is like, will kill Jay-Z. And I'm like, really?
We hear crazy shit like that.
And I was like, what do you mean? That's the illest lyrics. So just so I can see what his knowledge was, I kind of read a couple bars for him. It's like, yo, you heard that? That's fire. And I was like, yeah, those are Jay-Z's lyrics that Lil Wayne actually recited just to salute Jay-Z.
Right.
Powerful. He's like, no,
he did that a lot. Lil Wayne did that a lot.
Okay, hold on. And then I played the Jay-Z. He goes, and he had nothing to say. So I can't blame him. I can't, but he's too young to really have gone back to them type of records, to the, you know what I'm saying, the Reasonable Doubt records, because he had no interest in it. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people just didn't fuck with Jay-Z just because Dipset had problems with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cam had problems. Man, fuck that. I'm Dipset all day. It's like, damn, so you just shut out music because of, like they took it personal, which is dope because that's hip hop, that's music, and that's just people shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, to apply it to something like a Versuz, I just don't. I think it's cool, but it's very, it's not timeless. It's going to be limited. You know what I'm saying? You want to get the real pull off of it. You know what I'm saying?
I think we could do them like I said. I think like we were trying at one point. Like Wade has these ideas. When Wade gets these ideas, he fucking tries to just hammer them out. And so he's trying. We're doing 4 battles a fucking day. Like we're forcing battles just to get them done. And I think that's where we fucked up. I think if we would have been like, I think if we just like, I think if like me and you were having a discussion, we'd start discussing these 2 fucking artists, and we have the debate. Boom, let's make it a battle.
Yes,
see where
right
it goes.
then. That's how we did with the Biggie one, the Biggie and Jay-Z. I was like, yo, fuck it, Sunday, we'll go and do it then. Just to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
but when it gets forced, it gets watered down, and it's like anything. If you force anything, it gets watered down.
To me, if I would reduce it, like make it more of a bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go 20. Why not say, yo, 10, and then just say from the 10, stick to one artist and say top 10 records or top 10 bars or top 10 things. Like there's certain lyrics, you know what I mean? To me, like one of the illest things that made me appreciate the English language was say like with Jay-Z, I sold it all from crack to OPM in third person. I don't want to see them. So, and people are like, what are you talking about? Then I'm like, okay. Now I got to explain to you what third person means.
Yeah.
But I enjoy those little moments to teach and shit like that. And then they're like, ooh, that bar was fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like my brother called me actually 2 days ago. He was like, yo, you remember that record by Method Man and Redman? I'm like, you talking about I think it was the what?
The Rottweiler.
Oh, Rottweiler. And then yes.
Rock.
Thank you. So, them niggas said nothing. I think you're noticing that. I was like, but it was still fire because the beat and they just. But they were,
yeah. So there's certain songs where like there's certain songs that are good for the beat. There's certain songs that are good for the production. There's certain songs that are good for the lyrics. But like you need to put that. That's why I was such a big fan of the Big Pun and Big L one because it was straight lyrical. Like Big Pun had some good production on some of his songs, so that probably
definitely
worked
better
in my favor.
Than Big L.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think people were really listening to the lyrics and really judged it off that. Whereas, like it's like the debate we had about Drake. Like Drake is a good artist, but as far as if I'm gonna put a cipher together or a fucking battle rap together, I'm not gonna pick Drake.
I got old Drake with some old bars, bro. Old Drake, not new Drake. Old Drake got some shit. That's what I'm saying.
But I still don't think he's standing in there with 90s hip hop rappers.
It depends. I thought, and I'm a 90, like that was my era. There was a lot of 90s music that was trash that y'all might think that shit was fire. And I'm like, what's fire about it? You know what I'm saying? I would never put like who's like Kwame. People loved Kwame. I'm like, he had one cool record, Only You. He had other records, but if you really go back and listen to it, that shit was it was fluff. It was the beginning of this top 40 shit. This is why I said, like, why not? Like, I'll challenge y'all when y'all go to work, do a versus, but reduce it. Make it 10 rounds, one artist, someone that you know their music, like in and out, like a Big or Nas or whatever, and say illest lyrics, like illest 4 bars, 3 bars. I think that will pull in the real fans and kind of say, "Ooh, I forgot about that." You know what I'm saying?
Well, the problem was too is it was all since work is so fucking boring for us. It was a time.
That's what I think.
So we were
that's
trying
really
to make it as long as fucking
I think
possible.
that's really what it was the fact that we had nothing to do. So we're like, let's just fill this time with battles. Let's just make battles up and fucking.
Like we're gonna do them again. It's just we need to take a break from them because we just, like I said, we just overdid.
Walk away.
I'm gonna watch them. I don't know if I'll do them again. Not with the judging.
See? I think you and Jay should pick an artist. Just try it. Pick an artist and be like,
I can't do it. I can't do that because I don't. I know everybody does not listen to the lyrics. I know that.
Y'all two gotta have one thing y'all believe in.
Yeah, but we can't. We're not judging it though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's kind of like a new versus, like strip it out, like say, dear judges, y'all can watch from afar, right? And y'all can learn, I guess, but y'all two go at it. with y'all knowledge and kind of just say, oof, okay, you know what?
But some of the people, because I'm probably the oldest out of the group. Tyler's like right behind me. I think some of the people look at us as like we're old and outdated.
Well,
That's my point. That's
mean,
your time to say, listen, little nigga. You need to understand what they're saying here. You know, the mumble rap has no comparison to what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like when Big did that Bone Thugs record.
Oof.
Ooh, that's a great convo. Why? Oof,
I didn't like because I didn't like the style of Bone Thugs
at all.
Nah, not really. Like it was very hit or miss for me.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really like the harmonizing too much like that. Like it was dope in a way, but like that record was way too different. It was like listening to it was like what the this doesn't even seem right. You know what I mean?
Oh, pasta and pancakes on a plate, but still enjoying both. Hey, that kid of me just coming out.
That's exactly what it was. Like what the hell?
Dangerous. Yo, come on. You weren't shocked. Like I'm like, Big kept up with that.
I mean,
and to me, that's the part of music that I'm like, that's just fire. To basically go in someone else's house and keep up with their same shit and deliver better, or do the easy shit. Which artist shit on the Renegade better? Was it M or was it J?
I will never say it was Eminem. I don't know why people think that.
A lot of people do though.
Because like my thing is like the shit that Jay was saying. Like the craziest thing that he said was when he said I had to hustle my back to the wall, ashy knuckle. Like that whole second verse was nuts. Because I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Because I can look out my window and see Jay-Z right now. Like the shit when he said about had to quiet the stomach rumbling. Like people don't even understand. Like he's just talking like that's real shit. That's like Eminem was talking about more political. Like, oh, you guys do this. Like we don't see you doing this, and like that's cool. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like, but the shit Jay was saying, that's like every hood. That's every fucking. That's every dope boy. That's all their life. That's their lives that he's talking about. How realer does it get? You know what I mean?
I agree 100% with you, but I go back and forth because then that's his hood. But M is talking about his from thing. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying some shit.
Oh, he said some shit.
Like I would pull out lyrics.com and break the lyrics down and just appreciate. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like appreciating both sides. I think we as people are so quick to just say, like what you just said, Jay-Z's in the hood, basically painting a vivid picture because I've seen it and I didn't participate in it, but I was there to understand the stomach grumblings, to understand and back to the wall, ashy knuckles. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of innocent lives. You know, Multi before I died. Like I understand, no lie, it's dope. I get the chills from it, but then you got to look at M's shit.
Oh, M shit's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but like I said, like I felt like to me. I always said hip hop was more of a feeling for me. Like M shit was dope. Like looking at like putting it together, that shit was dope. But did it make me feel? It didn't make me feel the way that Jay-Z shit made me feel.
I got another one for you. Biggie Smalls, Method Man, fuck the world, ask me for shit. Come on, like both sides. Who won?
You said what?
I'd have to. I'm not good at remembering.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not
sure. Me neither. This is why.
That wasn't like a real debate. You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason why this was such a debate was because it was like forced in people's brain that Eminem, like because of Nas with the ether shit, it was just forced into people's brain that fucking Eminem's verse was better than Jay-Z's verse on that song. So that's why that's such a big debate. But I couldn't remember that off the top of my head. The Biggie and the Biggie and thing.
I'm gonna share it. How about I do that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I can listen to it. I just, like I said, off the top of my head, I can't.
I can't listen to it.
Yeah.
I'll get us out of here. They'd be like, bloop. I'm gonna make it. Yeah, hold on.
She share it to the email. Oh, you're doing this?
Yeah, y'all can see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I come back close.
It's all right. How about we just do this? We'll just show this. We don't need to see our face. Like, I used to get feels on a bitch. Now I throw shields on a dick to stop me from HIV. That's to stop me from that HIV shit. The relevance of HIV back in the day
Crazy
was like people were dying left and right. They didn't know what the hell was going on. But he just says, "Yo, I'm throwing a shield on it." You know what I'm saying? Condom, obviously, to just stop me from that HIV shit. Like, come on. To his last line, "Don't tempt me. You don't want to fuck with the me." And then they just bring on Method Man again.
right.
Like, I'm appreciative of that because I feel like they were really in the studio. They were really going in. They were really just like doing their shit. But who got the better lyrics out of the two? Feel free to rap, anybody. Who got the rap? I'm not. I told you I was the guy on the third one.
I won't set with that.
It's not me, but I mean, it's. I don't know, man. And you can only see half a Method Man thing.
Looking like cold booty. You're like pussy in December. I bitching. Button up your lipping. Come on, man. Hold on. I think it was the last one. I'll be kicking you, son. How it happen? It can't happen. Hold on. Okay. This to me, this is dope. Again, use of English language. I used to do stick ups because hoes is irritating like the hiccups. Excuse me. Flows just flow through me like trees to branches, cliffs to avalanches. Come on.
It's very Method.
Come on. Why is he not top 10 to this day? To me, I don't get it. But
listen, you won't get that debate from me. I say he's very underrated.
Talk about it.
I've been trying to. Go ahead.
Jay thinks that Method Man is better than Jay-Z lyrically.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I gotta go.
I don't know if I said
you
that.
Definitely did say that.
I don't think I did. I just said I think I said that Method Man is very underrated. There's a lot of people I think Method Man, Fat Joe, Big Pun, I think they're all super fucking underrated.
Underrated as far as what though?
As like rappers, like, you know what I mean? As I don't know.
I personally don't think they're underrated because like there's a lot of people that not a lot. Let me not say a lot, but like there's people that are better, but it's not 20 people that are better. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not 15. It's not like that. But I think where the issue comes is people like to put, like, it's just like that. Like if you put Method Man and Drake in a versus battle, Drake might murder him. But is Drake a better rapper than him? Absolutely not. No fucking way. You know what I'm saying?
And that's like, what it is. It's like and I'm not saying they're top 10 rap, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're top 10. Like, I just think they're forgotten about it. Like when people think of good rappers, I think they're forgotten about.
I agree.
Like they weren't good rappers.
Hell yeah. Because I think people make entertainment. They think that they put the whole entertainment aspect into it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we're just talking about the purest of the art. You know what I'm saying? Like I can give a fuck if he could fill up, like what I said about Jada. Like Jada will sit here and do a fucking concert on the corner of his hood. You know what I'm saying? And not give a fuck. It's not about the money. Drake will never do that. He'll never ever do that.
It was more about the respect than it was the money.
Right. And I think
that's what people don't understand. It's like, oh, they're not that good because they never made that much money. It wasn't about the money. It was about getting the respect for the art form and the ability to do it. Whereas like the people today, there's very few that have that craft, that have that talent of being a legitimate rapper.
Right. Like somebody, I forget who it was. They was like, oh, Jada would benefit more from Lil Durk being on a song than Lil Durk would benefit from Jada being on a song. I was like, you done lost.
It is though.
Huh?
I think I think there's truth to both sides only because what are they considering to be the benefit? What's the add value? Like maybe okay, the add value more younger people will see Jada and say, "Oh, I didn't know he was like that." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Little Dirk will probably get us old heads that really listen to lyric and say, "Yeah, he's probably not really even saying shit." Hopefully, he comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is what, or we probably would say, why Jada even do that? So
Right.
more people come out and know Lil Durk. So everyone brings value,
Right.
but
And that's what I said. I was like, yeah, there's value on both ends, but like as far like to me, even like to me, younger people would care less about what Jada. They don't, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, he's on there. That he's an old head. I don't even care for his. They would skip over it. They would skip over it. You know what I'm saying? But like us, people like us would be like, oh shit, Jada's on that shit. Let me see what it's about. Let's listen to it. You know what I mean? It would bring more to Lil Durk because Lil Durk always gonna have his following, but it's not gonna be Jada's following. Jada's following is gonna be added to Lil Durk's following because he's on that song. Oh. But it's just like stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, because Jada doesn't sit here and make fucking radio hits and like he's just not a commercial dude like that. Never really. I mean, he was in a way, but like he don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no care for that. But it's like I said, music is so different.
I think the person that really kind of says that in general is Fab, right?
Oh yeah.
So Fab has always been kind of put next to Hove, and people are looking for that type of commercial success with Fab.
Yeah, never gonna get that.
His studio albums just never hit like that.
Yeah,
but
never.
His mixtapes are his best music.
Best music.
Easy,
you know
easy.
One of my favorite records is Sheep and Wolf in Sheep's Clothing.
Yeah, a lot of people like that shit.
Like that, like come on, and that was I forget which mixtape that was.
It's one of the Soul tapes, I believe.
It was, I think, Soul Tape 2. I might be wrong, but like that shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he's just as consistent. I mean, I wouldn't say that I think his music is better than Jay's, even his underground stuff, but it's crazy that he'll still do shows at like venue. At clubs.
yeah.
And sell it out.
Dope. It is dope. You know what I'm saying? Because like he's in my top 3 ever. Yeah. And he'll still like it's just nuts, man. It's nuts. The respect is crazy.
That's the thing about Fab and Jada is like, yeah, they've had a couple radio hits, but for the most part, it's just consistent, and they never sold out. Right, never. They never switched up their fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's just they were consistent. Yeah. That's why you have to put them near the top.
You have to, absolutely.
Yeah, he's getting the bag, and that's the difference with them, right? And people want to are like, yo, I want to be on TV and seen and got the likes. Fab was like, we gave him $15,000 to perform at Joe Vaughn's. Mm-hmm. It was 08, 09, or some shit like that, right? Sold out. I mean, sold out. For those that live in Providence or know Joe Vaughn's, there was a little Joe Vaughn's, and then they expanded.
And they made it bigger. Yeah, they made it bigger.
We did it. I like the old school Joe Vaughn's because it was more personal. That shows my shit. That was my spot. But I'm talking about the new joint. When the joint got bigger, that's where we brought him, and it was packed. He was there for 35 minutes, maybe 40.
Oh, that's not bad.
And left. It made $15,000. You know, and then went and met up with 3 people, dropped some verses that he probably had in a bag.
Yeah,
he made, and then drove back to New York. Like, MCs are still able to do that, and I think Drake, not Drake, but J. Cole spoke on that on one of his albums, his second to last album, where he was saying to like Lil Pump and all these people, y'all is talking about popping pills, but will your audience grow with you? I think that's the value that people are not seeing at the moment. People see it later on. Like you said, Jada can go somewhere, Fab can go somewhere. They're all gonna get there. They're gonna get their money. But will a little perk, whatever, a little pump, will he get that? Will Kurt get that? Time will tell. But typically, people grow up.
Yeah,
people like content. You know what I'm saying? They get back to content. If your shit don't have real substance to it, and you was doing that gimmicky shit where I was popping pills and doing this, Yeah, dude, I'm 35. I'm not doing that shit no more. I
Yeah.
want to go to a concert and do that. You know what I'm saying? So
That's why freaking Jay-Z's Kingdom Come was one of my favorite albums. Like it was just like I told people, I was like, the maturity in the shit that he is saying is fucking. I've never heard anybody say shit like that. Like my favorite line was the fucking I'm young enough to know the right car to buy, but grown enough not to put rims on it. Like I tell people all the time, don't fucking put rims on a Benz. Don't put rims on fucking shit like that. You're not supposed to touch that shit. Or if you know what I mean? Like it's just man, like something so and the thing too was the simplicity of it. It was so simple, so simple, and it just goes right over people's heads. Like what?
And that's the point I'm saying. And sometimes sometimes like that's another resolution. I'm learning to be okay with that.
Right.
I don't need everyone to understand like what we're saying. I don't need everyone to follow this, because the right people will follow and it will eventually take. Like he said, you want my old shit, buy my old album, bro. Right. Like I've moved on. I can't be saying I sitting on a stoop for hours. This shit didn't make no sense. You know what I'm trying to rhyme with that. Like, and when you say about Busta, I'm not say I'm automated, like saying Busta rhymes.
Yeah.
You rhymes, but say I'm automated, but say I'm Busta. I need the beat in order to give you the bar. But like, he was so truthful with his shit. And like my brother Sincere, he'll tell you, he used to hate on Jay. And then you see a maturation, and he'll be like, everything he's saying matches with the lyrics. This nigga's not lying.
Mm-hmm.
Because the majority of rappers, it's all, you know, you fake it till you make it.
Right.
You know,
right.
Then when you mature to a certain level, it's like, all right, we done that. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is cool. I like that. You know what I mean? Well said with the rims. I forgot about that. I like that.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? Well, those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that?
Yo, I gotta wrap this up. I gotta be out of here.
Oh yeah, you do, huh? Damn.
Yeah, I should have been gone fucking 5 minutes ago.
That don't mean you speed 15, 20 miles extra. See what I'm saying? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another thing that I said just to clarify it. You know what I'm saying? But again,
nah, I don't. I go my speed limit regardless, because my speed limit's the top of the thing anyway. So like I can't go slow. I can't do 25 miles an hour. I can't do it.
I can't wait till you have a baby.
I still probably won't be able to do it.
You will. You will.
Because I have like my thing is like I never put myself in a situation where I'm like I feel unsafe. You know what I mean? So I'm never like I'm never worried about something happening.
Don't even do it, Ty. Ty was ready. Have questions. That don't make sense, but okay.
What do you mean? Like I always feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing, no matter. You know what I mean? I don't push it beyond my.
We're just gonna leave it at that. We both love you, Jay. We both love you.
You're my dog, Jay. You're my boy, bro.
Listen, man. Like I've said in the past couple of weeks, man. I can't hold back based on what could happen. If it happens, it happens.
You taking that YOLO model to the fucking max.
Hey, man.
Drake is off that, like he said.
Right.
All right, fellas.
Listen, man.
Podcast. Y'all are great, man. Y'all know what the fuck y'all doing.
Yeah, say it was good. Say it was good. Solid.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? Because of its soundness, I think we deserve. Can y'all hear that? Look at that.
Yes.
You got your shit fixed.
Hell yeah. It's been weird.
I ain't got shit else to say. Happy New Year for those that get to see this.
Same to y'all. Same to everybody. Happy New Year's. Enjoy your life.
That's it. Live.
See y'all next week.
So live your life. This is where we go. Hey, y'all thought that was a good record?
It was all right.
Jesus Christ.
Wasn't terrible.
Later. Y'all.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your further listening pleasure,